Why not? Yeah, I love it. Well, great.
He makes me smile. You're just so cute. I just want to pinch on your cheek like somebody's grandmama.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Talkin With Taylor. I'm joined today by the queen of Tupperware and now the tube top, Dixie Longate.
Hi, darling. How are you? It's good to
divine.
see you.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me. You make me all just tingly in my no-no place. I appreciate that. This is going to be fun.
I dressed just for you today.
You did. You look so cute. I can't stand it. My stars and stripes. You look like my son, but my son's on the 10. But he got this cowboy hat. Just takes up his whole head. He's the cutest little thing in the world. Look, you look so good. You got your neckerchief on and everything. I'll tell you, you're ready to get on.
I stepped out for you.
I appreciate that. Now, have you ever ridden a mechanical bull?
I have not.
Oh, my stars, you hadn't lived.
I've run away from a real bull.
Oh, well, so you did like one of them things in Spain where they do the run of the bulls. You ever seen that, or was it here?
No, I grew up on a cattle farm.
You
so
did?
I did.
Stop it with your nice words. So you were on them cattle with them things chasing you all the time?
Yeah.
Because you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. They said, get in.
Yes.
You know, they will rush on you.
And then my dad would hit it with a shovel and we'd move on.
God bless that. I have the people I know. I wish I could hit with a shovel. But what are you going to do?
That's for another day, right? So Dixie is here for this week with Starlight Indoors with Dixie's show, Dixie's Never Wear a Tube Top While Riding a Mechanical Bull and 16 Other Things I Learned While Drinking Last Thursday.
Oh, my Lord, look at that. It's a big title. But listen,
Whew.
I know there's a lot to say. I know it's hard to get it all out. But yeah, you know what? I was putting this together. I had a bunch of stories to tell, and I said, I got to put all the information right out there so people know what they're getting themselves into. And it's true. When you drink, you always end up, you know, when you go out with your friends and you're drinking and everything, and then things get a little hazier, a little cloudier, but then you think, wait a minute, I just came up with something smart. I write that down. I got to change everybody's world like that. So what it is it's sort of like all the lessons you learn in life, I'm going to put it out there like that. Because my mama said to me one time, she said, everything you ever need to know in life, you can learn by riding a mechanical bull. And that is a true statement. It's true. So I break all the things down about riding a bull, and I just get it up to everybody.
Well, I'm going to have to ride a mechanical bull and see if I learn all the life lessons.
I'm telling you, it's something you're not going to forget once you do it. It's worth it.
I'll do it. I love it. What's it like to be back in Kansas City?
Everybody is so neighborly. I got to tell you, I was here 2 years ago, you know, when Starlight Indoors did their first season, and it was so great, and everybody was so nice, rubbing up on my legs, saying nice things to me, and I said, I got to come back, you know. And so they called me, and they said, what are you doing? And I said, you know, drinking. And they said, you won't come? And I said, I loved it. And I got my new program. And so they said, come on, bring the new program. Bring your honky-tonker. We'll have ourselves one heck of a hootenanny. I said, yes, we will.
Yes. I love it. Well, you know we love to drink here in Kansas City.
It's true.
Do you have a favorite watering hole that you've been to?
You know what? I have not been able to go out and about as much as I want to. Like yesterday, I just got into town, and I went to Texas Roadhouse, so that was fun.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm staying there by that, what's that called, that flea market and bar thing. I can't remember what it's called. Lord, my mind goes away. And but that's so much fun.
Yeah.
Different shots of bourbon. You make bad choices. You do things like that. But no, so I'm here. I want to explore the different watering holes because a lot of times also when I was getting out of the show when I was here last time, things was already closed. They said, it's 9 p.m. We got to roll up the sidewalk. I said, what am I going to do? Yeah. I know. You know where I had to get my drink on? At the Cheesecake Factory. That's what I had to drink.
That'll do it.
I'll tell you. But they have that menu that's 1,500 pages long. Mm-hmm. Lord, you can get anything in that menu. You can get your chiropractic done. You can get your oil change, everything.
Yeah. So, well, a lot of people came to see Tupperware when you were here in Kansas City. So how is Tube Top different from Tupperware?
Well, Tupperware, what I say is Dixie's Tupperware party is like me at work, and Dixie's Never Wear a Tube Top around a mechanical about 16 things that are Thursday. That's like me at play because the Tupperware is me at the Tupperware party showing everybody what I do, how I've made my living forever. And the story of this is my best friend Georgina is we're in her honky-tonk the day after she gets sent off to, she gets married and we send her off on her honeymoon. So that's me cleaning up, taking care of everything, and then everybody comes in, trying to be neighborly, you know, because Jesus is watching and gets so moody sometimes, you know. And so for me, I said, well, let me just tell some stories. So everybody comes in, I want to tell some stories. I want to get some adventures from people. I want to show things about what I've done, some of my adventures in life. So it's just about me playing around with people. And I get people up on stage, of course. I get people up, got to talk about their adventures, what they've done, learn a little bit about everybody here in the Kansas City, and then, you know, hopefully it inspires other people to go out and have big adventures themselves. Because I find when you hear about what other people are doing, sometimes you get inspired and say, oh, I want to do that. I see something that I've never done before. Let me try this. And so I always like to have kind of a collective experience so that everybody's working all on the same thing together.
I love it. I love it. So do you actually wear a tube top?
You know what? I have wore the tube top one time, but it's cold here in Kansas City. So I said, I must bundle up, put on some sleeves and everything. So, because I've been on a mechanical boat a couple times with a tube top on, and I had some accidents, some things that didn't work out the way I had calculated when I got up and on them the first time. But so sometimes in the picture for the program, I wore my favorite tube top that I got as a gift. A friend of mine gave it to me, So I'm not opposed to sticking a tube top on.
Well,
but I gotta warm up in order to get it there.
It is nice and warm at Starlight Indoors, so we keep it nice and hot.
That is true.
Maybe we'll get to see you in a tube top.
You never know. It's fun. I could. No, that's one of the things that's so fun. You got this 8,000 seat theater, and then you just roll down the garage door, and there we are on that stage having a good time. That's amazing.
I love it. So I want to play a little game with you.
I love games.
This is the first time we've ever done this, so we want to do Explain That Gram. And so I dig deep on your Instagram.
Tell me. Oh, Lord, this is going to be fun.
And I want to hear the backstory on some of these photos. So here we have you with one of these famous Kansas City shuttlecocks.
Oh, my stars and stripes. This is so fun. So first time I came here, I never heard, because I knew people had Batman in it and everything, but I never knew that this is called a shuttlecock. That's wrong. And so they had a giant shuttlecock, and I said 4. I don't know what you say if you're playing that. But so I got a picture made with a giant shuttlecock and put it up on my accounts and everything so everybody could see it and say, wow, that's a huge shuttlecock you're with. And I said, that's why I'm rubbing on it. So that's fun. And you'd be amazed. I have put this up, and so many people knew exactly where this was.
They do.
I was so surprised. People from all over the world said, you're in Kansas City, aren't you? I said, yes, I am.
That's
people are
landmark.
smart. Yeah, I love that.
Okay, now I love this one.
Okay, now this is in Omaha, Nebraska, which is so nice, and they have all these. When Omaha was founded in 1820, they had a bison that would get stuck in the high-rises that was already indigenous to the population. So this bison was running through, got stuck when they built up the high-rise, and I said, I'm gonna help you. I named her Bessie. She seemed sweet, so I tried to help her out. She got stuck, couldn't get her out. So I fed her a carrot. She didn't want to lick that carrot out of her hand from 20 paces. But so there's all these amazing things all over, these big sculptures and everything all over Omaha downtown that shows sort of the pioneers settling and the first Dunkin' Donuts that some pioneer lady opened. She said, I'm hungry. I need to make something to feed to my bison. So it's fun. It's real nice.
I love it. It looks like it's made of chocolate.
I know. I tried to lick it, and apparently it's not.
No. Sad. Okay, so now this one, a Monster Truck Racing Association.
Oh, my stars and stripes, look at that. So I was in St. Louis, Missouri, and the hotel I was staying in right next to the theater, the Monster Truck Association was there, and I said, Lord, why didn't they call me for their entertainments? Because there's nothing in it. It's so fun. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I swear to God, you go into a Monster Truck, by the time you get out of that day, first of all, bring a blouse you don't want, because you're going to fringe the heck out of that thing. It's going to be a whole different thing when you get out. It's going to be pretty. And then you're just going to eat more Cheetos than you ever thought were even possible.
Well,
yes, so you're going to end up kind of with sticky fingers and everything, but it's worth it. So I passed the Monster Truck Racing Association. I just got a little tingly.
I love it. So now this one, we're going back to some more statues here.
Oh,
this looks like Abe Lincoln, maybe?
That is Abraham Lincoln. So this is one of my favorite pictures. This was Springfield, Missouri. No, Springfield, Illinois. Sorry about that. We was the land of Lincoln. It's where Lincoln was born and then came home after someone put a pistol on his head. That's wrong. You shouldn't do that. The kids don't shoot statues. Okay, so this is the statue. They made him into a statue. This is actually him, and then they covered him in bronze, so because he get weathered otherwise outside. So they covered him in bronze, and then put Miss Mary Todd. She was little, and then can you imagine? He lifted my skirt right up in broad daylight. He said, what's going on under there? I said, nothing you need to be concerned about when you're this young. Okay, that's what you do after you get married. You're not going to get married to me because you're too dang short. And so, but this is one of my favorites. So, and we're going to go back there actually in a couple months and do a couple programs there because everybody there is so neighborly. Abe Lincoln comes to the show.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, this one, the frozen one. Yeah, not the real one. The real one's not there.
You give him a box seat, I assume, right?
Well, I put him in a box seat and I said, there's bulletproof glass, you're going to be fine. And no grass and no within 100 feet, so he's not got no issues at all.
Thinking on that note, so do you have any favorite audience interactions or reactions from across the country?
You know what, it's funny. Different cities have different amounts of play and like levels that people get excited and involved. And there's some places Listen, I've been down to like the South, but where McKenna are, you know, the whole thing had been like that, and the Texas area with it, been in some places in the North, and people in the South always have bigger adventures. When I talk about people coming up and I say, tell me your adventure, I can sit down for the next hour because they're going to unravel a story on me. But there's sometimes, like, we was playing in some of the corn countries up here, and people are like, I crochet. Like, their adventures weren't that big. And I was like, no, you got to get out of your own way. You got to have an adventure. And I realized that there's a lot of people, sort of like, especially in the Midwest, some of the Midwestern states, that they don't leave. They don't get out. They don't explore. This is such a great, this whole country's amazing. Sometimes you get on a plane, get in your camper and drive and just go somewhere. You know, see something different, get a passport, get out the country and see some things. And, I'm sorry. I had Mexican yesterday. And so that was so I find that some of the people that sort of in the Midwest tend to be a little more reserved about the adventures that they've had or some of the ones that they share. But I'm going to do my best to pull some fun ones out.
I know you will.
I've had somebody that crochets. I've had somebody that shucks corn. I was like, what are these not adventures? These are things that you do between 9 and 4:30. I said, but they had this one lady that flashed her boobs at a trucker. She was fun. This one lady, and this morning, I'll never forget her as long as I live. I had this lady, she was drunk. She came home with a bunch of her girlfriends. She ended up falling in the snow in the middle of the winter, face down. She screamed for her husband. Her husband comes out, bringing a ladder. Don't know why you would bring a ladder to rescue somebody that fell down. She didn't fall up. And then came inside. She said she was so drunk, she didn't even go to bed. She just took her clothes off. She put a fur coat on, and she just laid there on the couch. And she said her husband comes down the next morning, just looks at her and was like, oh, my Lord, and walked into the kitchen. And I said, what husband would ever walk by a naked lady just wearing a fur coat? That's everybody's fantasy, I'm sure. And so that was kind of fun. So yeah, she's one of my favorites, so I was talking about her. But everybody's got a different adventure, and sometimes you got to actually take some time to look down and think, what is my adventure? And one of the things I love in the program is when I say that, I get some people up and I say, tell me about your biggest adventure. It makes everybody else in the theater go, wow, what would I say? What was my biggest adventure? And I love that because once it gets you thinking, it makes you go, oh, do I have a big adventure coming up in my life, or is there something I haven't done yet? And so it gets you thinking, inspired to do something yourself.
I love it. So thinking about how the show is all about advice and adventures, do you have any advice for me?
Well, there's so many things I can advise. First of all, you look cute as a button, so I don't got no advice on how you can look even cuter if you try, because you're just cute as a button. I always say, you know what? Make sure that every time you can, like, the start of the year now, everybody's making their goal list still, what I'm going to do. I recommend at least 2 times a year, get out somewhere that you've never been. You know, do something crazy, go out, go away from your comfort zone, get with people you've never done, because I'm telling you, it's going to change something. And my best friend has something. I love this advice, and I try to do as much as I can. She says, every New Year's Eve, go somewhere you've never been. Don't ever spend New Year's in the same city twice, because that way, when you wake up on New Year's Eve, you can't be the same person because you're not in the same place. And I think that's fun because it gives you frames a whole different way of how you're going to look at life. And I think that's real fun. So something like that is something I can offer you to take out and change your life.
Maybe you and I can head to Branson together.
I would love to. Are you kidding me? We'll go up to Dixie's Dollar Stampede and have ourselves some fun.
Yes,
and it's any stampede that has my name right on it. Just makes me happy. Get you eat with your fingers and do that. Oh, it's fun. I can't.
I love it. Well, thanks for coming and talking with me, Dixie.
Are you kidding me? Thank you for having me on your program today. You make me smile.
Well, come out and see Dixie this week at Starlight Indoors. The show runs February 13th through 18th. It's almost sold out, too. You are the most popular gal in town.
I got this many chances to see the program, and I just can't no more because we sold so many tickets. But some people are like, hey, what are you going to do on Valentine's Day? Come see my program, and then I'm going to butter you all up so that you can go out and do something fun after the after hours, like that.
Well, thanks again, Dixie, and y'all come see us.
We'll see you soon.